All right, guys, I'm so excited. We're here with the cast of Westworld at South by Southwest. Some of you were at our Comic-Con stage, and that was probably one of the funnest interviews. I didn't get to do it. I was just off to the side, bummed about it. But we're so glad to have you guys back.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
The world of Westworld, I really feel like after last season, like I'm gonna ask each one of you, would you go? Because it's kind of like a cautionary tale at this point to find out who you are. So everyone can go on down and tell me, would you go to the world of Westworld?
Where do you want to start?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Lisa, let's start with
Oh, man. First season Westworld or second season Westworld?
Well, you tell me.
You have to be a real thrill seeker to go to second season Westworld right now.
Okay.
I would go, but I'd be pretty like PG about it all. I might hang out in Sweetwater, and when the going got tough, I would definitely just hide and try to duck it out for as long as it took.
James, what about you?
I think it'd be difficult not to go. Even if you disagreed with the concept, I think it would be hard not to see. I'd want to go with the people that I feel like I know really well.
Or
and
you
call
think
closer
you know really
friends
well.
and see how they behave in just sort of a voyeuristic way and go, we can't hang out anymore.
Yeah. That's true. It would be a good personality test.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably go, but I'm a little rascal. I'm the one that goes to Sleep No More and is like trying all the doors, seeing how to get behind the scenes, So like I'd be in Westworld like knocking on walls, like trying to get into the system probably.
That's the escape room, right? Sleep No More. Is that an escape room?
No, it's like it's kind of like what we're doing with the installation here, where it's like a whole world that you can walk into, and there's characters, and you choose what adventure you want to go on. But it's in a hotel. It's not an entire world.
I really want the entire world. What about, I'll go this way first.
me. Okay. I have said this before, but in order to go to Westworld, you have to be quite wealthy. It costs a huge amount of money to go to Westworld. So I would only go if it was made more available for everybody else.
I bet you could probably post something on Instagram and they'd let you go.
Well, no. I mean, the thing is, maybe I could afford it, but I just know that other people can't.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I would just want it to be affordable for everybody, and then I'd totally go.
Affordable sickness and like
You would
corruption.
you would totally like, come on, we're going.
So I'd go with Thandie's paying.
Exactly. And I would imagine maybe.
I'm not convinced we're not already there.
Okay.
We are so there already.
See, they're always finding ways to just mess with your head.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because your character specifically throughout season 1, I just feel like if we look at the first episode and then the last episode, no spoilers, like you just go on this journey from this doe-eyed, I would say like damsel to a revolutionary. Like you were like Joan d'Arc, like ready to like a Valkyrie,
Yeah.
So tell me about that through season 1 and how it was like just taking that whole progression with your character.
I feel like it helped me do it in my real life, honestly. I don't think I realized how much I had been conditioned or had lost my voice until I played Dolores and until I went on that journey with her and realized, that all of this pain and all of these horrible things that everyone has some sort of pain in their life, but it's what you choose to do with that, that's really important. And it's the classic, are you going to go to the dark side or are you going to go, the other route, or is somewhere in the middle? I don't know, but I think it was completely transformative, and I think season 2 we're going to be seeing a very different side of her, and what it means to have that power and the choice that she has to make of which way she is going to go with her experiences. So
Can't wait.
Yeah,
Can we just make it happen today?
Oh,
And we were talking before the interview about the hosts, because I feel like you were saying it's badass to be a host. Of course you definitely want to be a host.
Yeah, I'd rather be the host than the human.
Especially after season 1. But what would you think is the most empowering part about, especially now going forward, the hosts and what they're going to be able to do?
In the show.
Yeah, in the show.
Ooh,
That you can
that is a tricky one. That is tricky. There are too many spoilers involved in the answer to that question, I'm afraid, my love. But but that's fun too, though. So it's not long to wait. April what is it?
April 22nd.
It means there's
April
enough
22nd.
that we're capable of that we can't even talk about.
Okay. Okay. I'll leave you with that one. I know you can talk about this one because you already did. I heard you gushing a little bit about our friend over here, James, at the panel.
Oh God, James, that's going to be a thing now, isn't it?
It really is going to be a
Okay,
thing.
but let me tell you, I love Emma. James loves my husband. It's all good.
Yeah,
That's all good.
You can appreciate somebody else without.
And also, what I was referring
What she's
to.
saying is it's all been worked out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I was referring to, I mean, it was really a metaphor, of course, for just how extraordinary the male actors are in our show, in that there is no kind of ego or need to ruffle feathers because the women have got such extraordinary characters. In some ways, we've just got the same kind of roles as men normally have. But still, that can be very oppressive to a man.
It just
to an
reminds me of
actor.
growing up with my mother and my aunt.
There you go. There you go.
I'm used
You're
to,
mummy, I'm auntie.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm auntie.
It's like growing up with 8 men.
And James has no choice. He just has no choice. Because look at him.
I'll take the adulation when I can get it.
You got a lot of it, I heard. It was a fun moment. Jeffrey, I'm glad you brought it to you because, we can say it now because season 1 is done, but that was a well-kept secret. There were some well-kept secrets throughout all of season 1. Did you have folks kind of hitting you up towards like episode 6 for where it was going?
What secrets?
Oh, man.
When did you find out?
Too
When did
thank
you know?
Thank you.
We didn't know.
I found out when we came back to shoot the full season after that. I didn't know during the pilot. I just thought,
You kept that secret,
you know, Bernard, he's just everyman, understated Bernard there, just, spinning his hamster wheel and doing his thing. And
That's amazing you kept
Yeah.
that to yourself.
yeah.
thought we shared
I
everything.
know. Yeah, man.
Come on.
I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't trust you anymore.
And this is for everyone. I feel the show definitely had a slow burn because I feel like the first 4 or 5 episodes, people were into it, they were feeling it out, and then I felt, like I said, maybe that episode 5 or 6 became this like phenomenon. Like I had people call me up like, "Are you watching Westworld? Because this thing is getting real." Did you guys feel that?
Yeah, it was a slow burn. I went back. Actually, went back and watched the pilot not too long ago for whatever reasons, just to see where how far we had developed, and also because like waiting for the show to come out, But yeah, so if season 1 starts off as a slow burn, season 2 is more an exploration of when gasoline meets fire. It's that kind of.
They waste no time. Straight in there.
Straight in there. I remember getting the first script for season 2 and be like, oh man, okay, well, all right, let's see how we ease into this. And the first page, I was like, oh wow, they're just literally the first page, just in it. So we're good.
Y'all keep teasing me. I just want to watch it now. Hi, HBO people. Can I please watch this season 2 today?
We can talk, yeah. Maybe we can figure something out.
And then I'll follow up with you guys. This world and all you guys did in season 1, Jonathan and Lisa, it was, how do I put it? This could have been a very simple premise that did not leave much for women and did not leave much for empowerment. And like by the end of it, I felt it totally took all of I would consider the tropes of Westerns and just totally subverted. So how did you guys craft that art? Because you can feel it all the way through, especially the final 3 episodes.
I mean, that was always our intention from the beginning. We wanted to tell something that was that felt true, emotionally. I mean, it's allegory and it's sci-fi and a Western, but we wanted to explore the characters that you didn't get to see ordinarily in Westerns and sci-fis, and we wanted to challenge some of those archetypes and give kind of personhood to all of the characters. And honestly, when you have actors like these, it's very easy. It feels false if you do anything other than kind of try to dig deeper. And I think we were all just anxious and just willing, like, break out, like start the revolution. But we also wanted to be fair to so many times in, a tale about AI, it's like a switch flips and they're like, now I'm free and I'm going to kill everybody. And in this, we wanted to be honest about what an awakening really takes, like how the process of finding your voice and finding your power is not something that occurs overnight. And it's not always something that's permanent. It's something that has to be renegotiated and re-explored for men and for women again and again and again. It's part of what being human is, ironically, as exemplified by Host. So that's what we tried to do.
successfully.
Yeah. And then do you have anything? That was beautiful, by the way. I don't think you could add any
Yeah,
more
I'm just
to
along
it.
for the ride.
It's almost like you
just
should.
It's
hanging
always
out.
like this. It's always like this.
Yeah, you'll be struggling with a scene. We're not struggling, but just kind of like, there's something I just need a little more. And Jonah or Lisa will come up to you and explain the scene, and it's just utter poetry.
Yeah.
And when they're done, you're like, thank you. I will go and do the scene now. Like, you're just ready to go. They're so good at that.
So much clarity.
Painting a beautiful picture for you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm.
But I think to your point, though, there were a lot of people who made assumptions about the show, at the start, and in some ways, it's. I think people really fail to understand the process of what we do. And as Lisa described, when we signed on to this, to sign on to work with these folks, and understood the others who were gathered around this fire, we didn't you don't assemble a group like this to do what's been done before. And so it's just really, I think, kind of interesting, like the criticisms that were coming out very early on about, and the false assumptions that were being made, I think, particularly from certain, critics. Not all. Many were. Most were with us, but from a certain perspective, I think
We
it
love
really.
the critics, Jeffrey.
Yes, we have. Hi there. Yeah, but certain criticism, I think, showed just an underappreciation for how we go about doing what we do.
Well, but I think, but also on the other hand, fair enough, right? You've seen, we went
The
back.
assumptions are part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, this proves our point.
Well, there's a reason why those assumptions are there, because there's a lot of, you've seen
Gratuitous.
a lot of the wrong things before. You've seen a lot of good TV and a lot of bad TV. We went back and watched, one of the things we did is research. I grew up watching Westerns. Lisa and I went back and watched Westerns from the very beginning. We watched John Ford through Sergio Leone, Clint Eastwood, all of them. And you're looking through all of them. There's some brilliant filmmaking in there. You can count on one hand the amount of strong female characters. You can count. And it became very clear very early that this was a genre that had come and gone in the way that we're now in the middle of the superhero genre. That was the Western genre. And the nature of those stories, it didn't leave a lot of room to talk about all of those characters. It wanted to focus in on a couple of trope characters. And we wanted to turn the whole thing inside out. So in order to do that, you've got to start from a place where it's easy to understand why people would imagine the show was one thing. And as you said, it's a slow burn. It took a little while for it to become clear what we were really trying to do. I'm still not quite sure what we're really trying to do. Lisa has not explained it to me, but I trust her.